other miscellaneous stuff. Those borders, those icons.
They're looking very serious. Another Battlecast Urgot. The Headmistress Fiora. She doesn't have a sword. Instead, she has a very long ruler that she will fence you with.
It's true.
Battleborn Kale, the one Kale skin that you're like, wait, she's a girl. Why is her hair so long? Is that Ezreal? And then Obsidian Malphite.
It's
awesome.
flying Ezreal.
It's flying Ezreal. And Wowix there showing off the shiny armor, and another Bewitching Nidalee as well. We're in the game. Where's the pause? Where's the pause?
Wowix. Wowix?
No pause.
Wowix is okay?
Excellent, excellent. Starting
Whoa.
going out. I'm curious on who's going to go bottom of the blue team.
Whoa, Phoenix like Codex first on Nidalee. That's not normal.
Yes, Brown Bruiser looking, though, to go down bottom versus the Syndra. I think that'll be a very interesting matchup if it does happen. Once again, with the battle over the windmill, I think that if Nidalee gets a good couple spears, they're going to have a great engage. Actually, I think we could even go with a hard engage from a Xin Zhao, Kale, or a Malphite. You know, if Xin Zhao gets a good audacious charge, 3-town strike, I think they can probably get a kill on whoever that is, because there are no escape summoners. The only one that has it is Urgot. Urgot and Kale both running Flash, and everybody running Revive this game. Other than that, it is Exhausts and one Garrison on each team. Jackson bottom.
Yeah, Jackson's the bottom lane thing. He's got a dodge, he's got a leap strike, he can get harassy, he can clear minions. He loves to have his passive, like, jacked up, ready to go. He's all that auto attacking.
We'll see how many auto attacks he can get to land versus a Syndra.
Well, on the minions, he'll keep the passive up off of AAing them. So whenever he wants to go for a gank, you'll watch him beat up a bunch of minions first and jump in.
It looks like the poke v poke up top, at least the first one to land some decent damage. Urgot getting a couple missiles in there on top of them after he lands his corrosive charge, but they're just kind of posturing around. There is an exchange bottom lane, and Syndra coming out on the back end of that. It looked like a good leap strike and power combo, but they're just kind of running around, dodging spears. Malphite running up with his shield on and getting a little damage on, but nothing exciting happening yet.
Just a lot of back and forth, click action. Touch the tower. Uh-oh, Captain Blueberry has started a fight. And is his team going to be able to finish it for him? We will find out. Wowix and Sifu Calvin immediately leave, though. Infeed, oh, so much damage on Infeed. Nidalee picks up that kill on Fiora right there. Krog goes down as well. Painkiller's backed on out of the fight. Starts capping the tower because, hey, only takes one person to cap, right? Whoa, that was, that spear. That could have killed Kale if Friendly Fire was on, but thankfully it is not. Oh, Captain Blueberry, interception. Talent PA lives.
Yeah, and a little bit more exchange going down bottom lane, but red team coming out way ahead up top here. 3 revives blown on Kale, Malphite, and Xin Zhao, and they've all come across the middle looking to intercept anybody who's low. Fiora in a bad position here, going to get jumped on by Lurch. There's the 3-town strike, the slow by Malphite. She's putting up her parry, but I don't think it's going to be enough as they come in on this. Elise and Urgot there to help out. Infeed going to get away in the bushes. They decide to disengage and go after the Leona, who just showed up top.
And Leona, they cut in behind her, try and do something about. Whoa, that was some damage right there. That Storm Shield really helps out a lot. It does add some extra damage to your attacks periodically.
Ooh, another big spear hitting Captain Blueberry. She's going to be in trouble if that Leona eats another spear as they push up these minions here. And it's going to turn this into a 2v4 until Fiora gets back. Fiora did use her revive and does have a little bit of a health buff right now. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop because they don't have any initiate from Leona. And down bottom, the neutralize happening. Confer is getting jumped on, but he is happy with just neutralizing that point, going back for the health relic, and he's probably just going to slow the cap here from Brown Bruiser. As a big fight going on up top, and the swap going down, Xin Zhao is going to be in a lot of trouble. Repel coming up, going to try to get the kill onto Wawix, but dying to the Nidalee in kitty form, and they're going to come out on top of this. Krog looking to get one more slow, but they have not killed Talif PA. More revives coming out from the Leona and the Elise, so they're going to be back up there at full health and be able to defend this point.
Captain Blueberry taking a little bit of damage, but had the Eclipse up when that happened to help mitigate a little bit of that. Painkiller looking around over here. Bottom tower still open. Brown Bruiser kind of sticking to Confidaris. Confidaris, I'm scared for you, man. Kite him into the spider. Jax has discovered spiders. He doesn't like it. Gets snared. Exhausted. Bad things happening to him. Confidaris does a little bit of damage there, though, while trying to escape. And Painkiller sticking to Brown Bruiser. Keeps going. The exhaust goes off on him once again. They really want to be able to shut him down because Jax is really allergic to exhaust. Painkiller does get taken down. I guess he took too much damage from Nidalee's anti-spider spear. And now Infeed getting chased down. Infeed as well, and it just, they keep mobbing from one champion to another. They're Pac-Manning right on through Payzevlin. Child support right there. Now Talif has got to defend this tower on his own. Nope, Syndra is going to be back. Krog is going to get warded away.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to want to focus on this top point a little bit more. Blue team landing a good spear. Blueberry in a lot of trouble here. Lurch coming in the backside. A solar flare coming out to stop it, and a good lance coming over. Blueberry trying to live a little bit longer. The garrison going out, but not going to be enough to stop this point. It looks like they're going to cap it as Krog zones Talif PA away from the point, and it's going to come back up to 3v2 points in favor of blue team, and they're actually going to get that quest. So they have a 10% damage buff right now, and that's going to help them hopefully push back this assault onto the bottom turret from Syndra and Elise.
Brown Bruiser, Brown Bruiser barely escaping right there. Leap strikes out through Kale, uses Kale as a door. Got the escape mechanism going on right there. And Painkiller and crew mobbing up to the top right here. Infeed and Lurch have found each other. Spider attack. Nope. Gets knocked back right there. Got the invulnerable on Lurch, which is going to help out a lot. Fiora does go down. Painkiller getting chased away. Kites them straight into Captain Blueberry, who goes right through with the Zenith Blade. Has to turn around for Lurch, though, to connect with. Kralik comes into the fight. Talif PA is exhausted, and he gets to take a nap for 20-odd seconds. And Captain Blueberry having to run away, heading up towards the top tower. See Captain Blueberry doing that kite action, keeping them on this side of the map, making sure they don't have an opportunity to go for the drill or anywhere else. Chasing, going down to the bottom point.
She's running away. She might come down for a little help from Syndra. Syndra better get back, or she's going to get... I don't think they'll be able to win a 2v2, although Syndra has the drop onto Jax right now. And
synchronized recall.
Blueberry's going to go back right now.
This was like the exact same time. That was kind of creepy.
And it looks like...
Morello's already on Nidalee. We got Sword of the... Avarice Blade on Zinzao. Avarice Blade points right. Executioner's Calling points left.
Yeah, a Brutalizer and 2 more longswords onto Urgot. Pretty interesting. Just wanting some more flat AD. Infeed trying to go for the cap on this. Blueberry there as well. They're both going to come off to try to do some damage. Infeed getting the... No, not getting the best of Kale at all. Ulting Kale, not getting enough damage. The ult comes out. Elise not being able to get onto anybody but Krog. Switches over, shutting down Krog. Elise is going to go down. Elise is going to take down Kale as well for a double kill, trading 2 for 1 for the Fiora. But down bottom, Sifu Calvin is going to grab that Boneyard. She should be able to get this cap and maybe even defend it a little bit, or she might opt to just run away immediately.
I expect we'll see her stay back and poke just a little bit and then retreat when it gets a little scary. Oh, Urgot! That's not nice! Urgot, I'm sorry. Is your insurance good? Oh, dear. Ah! Syndra! Oh, wow!
Monster spears coming out from Sifu Calvin right now, bringing them below half health. There is no more healing for them, but she's not going to try to chance a 3v1 or even a 3v2 with Jax there.
Yeah, those spears were... Oh, man.
Oh, another big spear. Half health on Talif PA. Really connecting with these. Elise trying to defend up top. She does have a 3v1, missing her stun. Lurch coming in on it. Sifu Calvin from behind. She's going to repel, come back down, and die. But Leona coming in. Fiora coming on infeed. Sifu Calvin getting a great ult. And Malphite coming in with the unstoppable force, putting some damage in. 2 kills going out. Fiora and Leona going down. And Lurch trying to live. He's got a little bit of poison left on him. Is it going to be enough? He does have enough HP. And a 4 for 0. for blue team there. Xin Zhao almost going down, but they're not able to capitalize on that kill.
No, unfortunately, Brown Bruiser's getting this is the tactic. Once again, you just feed minions to the tower until it goes neutral by spawn camping them. It gives you money. It gives you capture on the tower. That's one way that you can get the tower neutral down at the bottom without ganks if you're having poor exchanges. Brown Bruiser, don't step on that. Okay, good. He didn't. Uh-oh. Brown Bruiser taking some damage. Middle of the map. Infeed's... Oh, he's walking around over there.
Getting hit by a stun, and at least dropping in and killing Jax, because you can't dodge that ability. That odd next attack is not an auto attack. It is not dodgeable. Some posturing around top here. Syndra pushing down, but I don't think she's going to be able to cap anything. Big spears coming out. Syndra knows that she's there. Already stepped on a trap. And an exchange coming up top. Fiora and Leona versus the Malphite, with Battlecast and Urgot coming in, dropping some rockets in there. It looks like he's trying to slow Lurch, who gets the invulnerable from Kayle, but it is not enough. Lurch going to go down, at least repelling back down on, going for Krog here at the point. They really want to cap this point. Another kill going down into Kayle, and they should be able to get this point easily as Malphite is 1v4 to try to defend this.
Is he going to go for Painkiller? Yeah, he's going to try and get in. Nope. Spider Snare. Down at the bottom, though, Sifo Calvin's got things under control. He's got that neutral off on that tower down with the help of Brown Bruiser. I don't know if that weapon's officially sanctioned, Jax. That doesn't look very not sharp.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lamp is just as bad. So we'll see how he does.
Oh,
big
no spear.
Spears. They almost. You can't run directly away from the spear. You gotta go left or right. It's a bad idea to try to outrun the spear because it flies farther than you run.
Yeah, it's do not trifle in the affairs of Nidalee spears. For you are tasty and taste good with being.
Leona trying to defend up top. Captain Blueberry taking a ton of damage from Xin Zhao. Going to go down to the next 3-talent strike. Didn't even need the third hit. They're going to be able to neutralize this point before Infeed and Painkiller can get up here. In another fight.
Oh dear!
Actually, they're going to leave the point altogether. And they're going to fall back. Painkiller and Talif PA do not want to fight 4v2. And bottom, the 1v1 going to Conferus, who gets through with less than 100 HP. And going to grab a health relic and continue to push the minions up onto this objective turret.
Painkiller hanging around the middle of the map right there, waiting for a team to catch up. Sifo Calvin is hanging around, and oops, Spiky right there, stabbing Painkiller with it, doing the damage, getting some more damage on. Oh, that was almost really scary. Sifo Calvin's been like 50-50 on these spears. Sometimes they're a disaster, sometimes it's just like, oh, that was the thing. Captain Blueberry going for the capture up here. They're pushing the minion wave up, and that minion wave is going to help them out a lot. Because one, they can stand behind it, and two, it's going to help them capture the tower. So they're going to get the neutral off on this, no problem. Now, Krallig is up here at the top, but their big damage dealer right now is an AP in the form of Painkiller. So the attack speed slow isn't going to help out too much if he's able to land it. Now, Lurch gets stunned right there, which is good, because Xin Zhao is dangerous when left unchecked. Krallig dives through the thing. You see that sweep right there, knocks everybody back, spreading everyone out. Talif able to get back away and deliver some damage. But, unfortunately, WoWX and Sifo Calvin able to help clean up a lot.
Yeah, despite the miss on some of the broomsticks that Sifo Calvin was sending out there, it was a good ultimate from the Unstoppable Force. At least looking to close the gap, going for the kill on Sifo Calvin, an easy kill. WoWX is going to be in trouble here, doesn't have the tower, and going to try to do a little bit of damage to Painkiller, but it's not going to be enough. Urgot was there anyways to help clean up. Califlier going to take the cap on that point. Xin Zhao coming up top. He might be in time to stop it, but he decides to turn around, not go for the 2v1. They do see Leona going for the Storm Shield at middle here. Lurch is going to jump in onto that Leona with a Sunfire cape up. A stun, but a knock up and slow to follow from Kayle. A lot of damage coming out. The Ghost Blade has been popped, and Blueberry going to die before Califlier can even come down to help. Meanwhile, down bottom, the neutralized turret, Conference is in trouble. Going to get stunned by the Jax, and the excellent heal on Nidalee going to keep Brown Bruiser alive for a 2v0 exchange, and they're going to recap that point. But in the meantime, Kayle's gonna run around and start the cap on the other point. This is the quest point for the 10% extra damage, missing the stun from Conferus. The invulnerable popped at the last second, but they are in a lot of trouble right now.
There's a very, very nice repel there by Painkiller, using that to time out Kayle's ultimate, then come down and finish the job.
Yes, that is the troll portion of that repel. Similar to the invulnerability and the Fiora ult, getting untargetable and getting out of the fight just for a second sometimes is long enough to save your life.
Talon's PA up at the top defending the tower. The enemy team is kind of closing in, though. See Payzel and Child Support coming in from the sides. Lurch and Krog. Krog lurched a pretty bad position right there. Painkiller there dealing the damage. Krog getting chased out by Captain Blueberry. Lurch goes down. And now Krog is going to, in a circle, because he wants to drive them away from the refinery. See him kiting him back towards their own tower, which can keep them from applying the pressure to the refinery for a few moments by getting them to go in the opposite direction. So now they got to regroup up. It looks like Fiora's going to opt to recall back. Sifu Calvin is chasing Painkiller. Painkiller's in spider form. Cat's back. Spider's under the fridge.
He knows in the bush. Oh, he did get the TP off in time. Is now going to spar off 1v1 versus this Nidalee, who's going to put a good amount of damage. They end up having a great trade, but no stun onto Sifu Calvin. The spear missing. Infeed going in for blood with that yardstick. Dodging the broom. Jax coming back at full health. Not being able to land a stun though. Both stuns missing. Infeed coming back onto Sifu Calvin. Going to pick up this kill. Nope, she's back in the brush. There it is. Jax jumping on Infeed. Elise coming in from as Painkiller. Going to die to Jax. Auto attack. No, she's going to live with 30 HP as they cap this bottom tower.
That was so close. I really like that immediate switch, though. The second that she came down, switched over to Painkiller immediately because he knew he couldn't kill Infeed. Brown Bruiser trying to delay, though, but gets liquefied by the enemy team, unfortunately. That objective is captured, so Payzel and Child Support's going to be in a pretty good spot right here. Lurch is going to try and get this neutral, but he's not going to be able to get that before Leona gets there. Just wanted to be a distraction. The division gets used up right there. Captain Blueberry's actually closing in pretty quick now. Zenith Blade gets dodged. Lurch knows what's going on. Everything's going to be okay. Down the bottom lane, however, Confederates gets driven out by Sifu Calvin and friends. But Syndra does not like animals, and that's really not nice, unfortunately. Now he doesn't like Wowix either. Confederates, though, has intervention, and that's going to be fine. Middle of the map, Infeed's hanging around.
Burst from Syndra. If you don't have any MR, you do not want to get caught from the Syndra ult. And that is where Nidalee's sitting right now. Tons of AP, no armor, no MR, looking to do damage from afar right now.
Get the neutral off on this bottom point right here. Blueberry Tal's PA getting close. Solar Flare comes down. Brown Bruiser gets stunned, but now he goes in to fight Tal's PA, and Brown Bruiser can win this engagement really easily. He's got help from the minions and from the tower right there. Throws down the stun. Captain Blueberry was a little bit too far to be able to control Brown Bruiser. He was interested in controlling Wowix instead. Confederates comes down, puts a bunch of damage on Brown Bruiser, but Brown Bruiser gets out okay. Up further on the map, though, Painkiller and Lurch get into a disagreement, and Spider time! Nope. Lurch is immune to spiders. He's got his spider vaccination ready to go, and was able to take care of her as soon as she landed. Infeed doesn't have anything on that, so he's going to recall.
Oh, Converse not timing his last orb underneath Wowix, just barely missing the invulnerability, but Fiora there to pick up the kill with a double dash. And Syndra says, what? That is OP. Invulnerable is not fair. And a fight going up top, 3v1, Battlecast Urgot dropping without an issue. Brown Bruiser trying to defend this bottom turret, 2v1, but it's going to be too late because Elise is trying to 3v1 up top. And they're going to lose this for a 4 cap. Painkiller not able to do much because when you die this late in the game, you stay dead for a long time. She has repelled, but nowhere to repel to. Fiora trying to save her, but the kill coming out. Solar Flare, good stun on the Lurch. Another stun. Infeed going to be in a lot of trouble, but going to pop that ultimate to hopefully stay back in this fight. Cannot get another kill. Fiora going to go down. Captain Blueberry going to re-engage with Urgot there. They might be able to get the kill on this Mal fight. I think with one more, yes, they will. Rocket to the back of the head. They still can't cap this point now that Sifu Calvin and Wowix have joined the fight. Captain Blueberry trying to engage. Urgot not ready for it, taking tower hits. Double kill coming out from Nidalee. And Fiora also trying to exhaust Sifu Calvin, but turns around and gets the triple kill on a Fiora. And now they are just dominating this point up here. Painkiller finally getting a good burst onto Kale now that his ultimate is down. Meanwhile, the bottom turret, a good stun from Brown Bruiser, and he is turning into a auto attack beast right now on Jax. Able to pick up the kill, but they were able to grab the Xin Zhao. Syndra did have a couple orbs left up her sleeve for that kill.
And Sifu Calvin did try to take out Painkiller, try to use the Wooglet's Witch Cap, which is the Zanya's Hourglass effect. to stay alive a little bit longer and get that, but Painkiller Click's ability is just slightly faster, it seemed right there. Defensive Garrison interrupts the capture on that tower, starts the fight up at the top. Infeed goes straight through, the Solar Flare goes down, doesn't connect. The Airborne connects with Infeed, however. Infeed disappears with the Blade Walls. Krog retreats back to the tower. Civil Calvin hanging out in the back, doesn't want to get close because Civil Calvin's pretty... Intervention on Krog! Nice play right there. Gonna keep him alive a little bit longer, let him deliver that ground, or that seismic shard, excuse me. And Nidalee's gonna get that kill right there. Is Nidalee gonna be able to take out Pal's freaking PA? Is this gonna happen? No, spiders all over the place. You thought that something good was gonna happen, and then spiders, and it's really bad. Now, Lurch trying to connect with Talos PA, but he has to walk through Painkiller and Captain Blueberry to do it, and was not able to do so.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Conference getting exhausted and stunned, dropping the ult onto Jax, but he does not care. The hat he's wearing right now actually defends against wind, rain, and orbs falling from the sky. The ultimate did not help whatsoever, and he's going to be pushing up the minions, hopefully trying to get another point back. They only need 50 more points. They do have 100 left for blue here, but he might just back in this bush and come back with full health.
No, he actually...
Calvin.
Oh.
No, he stayed?
Yeah, he stayed. Up top, though, what do we got?
Up top, we have Painkiller trying to defend versus Krog and Sifu Calvin, trying to miss every spear, but not able to do so. And here comes a Cavalry. Leona coming in with a stun. Krog going down quickly. There's a damage coming out of Painkiller right now. Very, very scary on that spider.
So Wowix over here trying to capture this tower. Yet Xin Zhao is zoning Urgot back away from it, though, but looks like they're going to break off knowing that Painkiller's on his way back. Sifu doesn't connect with that spear, which is very fortunate for Talos PA. Blueberry is going to get distracted by Lurch and Sifu. Wowix is going to turn around. Looks like they're going to try and get rid of Captain Blueberry, but that is the tank. Although caught alone, it seems like it's going to be okay, so they are able to get her down. Now Talos PA reverses with Wowix, pulls Wowix away from being able to put the damage on Painkiller, but it was okay. Lurch and Sifu had that under control. Infeed comes in. There's the Wooglitz effect right there. Going to buy that extra second. Infeed gets caught with an airborne, and the damage a little bit out of control right there by Kale.
Wowix with the clutch heals on that Kale, at least closing the gap with the revive up. Big damage onto Kale, and the 1v1 not even an issue, and getting the double kill, 2v1 right there. Kale didn't get out of the way and go to get the health relic simply because he thought that Elise was dead and they didn't have to worry about it with vision on the other players on the map. But that revive popped Elise up and brought big damage up to that top.
If they didn't have that revive, that tower would be in under the other team's possession, so that's really important to know. Brown Bruiser, that's not good, I'm sorry. Brown Bruiser gets caught by a solar flare and spiders and Talos PA's Urgot, and gets taken down very, very quickly right there. The Zenith Blade does not connect with Civ Calvin, but the root does! Spider versus Cat! Spider has definitely the upper hand because it brought back up the rest of the team there as well. Kale goes down, Lurch gets exhausted, minimizes his damage output. Sifu Calvin gets exhausted as well, gets chased back. Wowix just keeps kiting back. Stutter step with the attack there. Painkiller might be able to get, nope, not going to be able to get away from that. Now Captain Blueberry is getting chased away. Brown Bruiser right over the wall, jumps to Wowix. Wowix is the door which Jax walks through to get to Leona and pick up the kill.
And there's another good revive coming out of Lurch right there, popping back into the fight and putting out big damage to defend that point. Meanwhile, Syndra actually captured the bottom point. Big damage coming out from the orbs. Is it enough to take her out? One more auto attack does get it out. Wooglitz goes down, and she is going to get the double kill. What a great Wooglitz and burst onto the Nidalee, and that'll be the game.
Pays Evelyn Child Sport is going to take Series 2-0 and be your DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 38 champions. Both good games. Cheese Enema went really far in this tournament. Had a lot of good teams come out and compete, but Pays Evelyn Child Sport is going to be your champion.